Welcome back to Adventures in Raising Grands, the Lowdown. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Someone out there may need to see this. Today we're going to be talking about support. What it is, who needs it, and where to find it. Be sure to have a pen and paper handy. We will be listing some websites for you to use as resources. And if you miss it during the show, we will be having them again at the end with our email address. What we're going to talk about first is what is support. I looked it up in the dictionary and I found 3 main definitions of support. Support is to agree with, give encouragement because you want someone to succeed. It is to provide someone with money or with physical things. And the third definition is to hold something up or bear its weight. Now I believe that everyone needs support, especially those of us grands that are on this adventure. Other people that need the support on this adventure are also our grandchildren. On these websites that we're showing, you will also find support there for them. If you're still working for reunification, the biological parents could also use support. If you're not able to give them that support, then you could still help them find support somewhere. 3 types of support. The first type of support is that you find with your friends and family, close to home. That would be people that you could talk to, vent to, borrow money from sometimes. We have what we call a garage party. I'm not even really sure how it started other than we have small children and could no longer really go out, so a few of our friends decided that they would come out and hang out with us. So they would come over on Friday nights and sometimes we'd play cards. This was a saving grace for us because it gave us not just a time to vent, but also to brag and laugh and play and have some adult conversation, which was very much needed. So this is a good place to start, is find someone in your area, your friends, your family, that you can hang out with, talk to, and vent to. The next type of support I'm going to talk about is the support that you'd find in your community. Looking in your community, starting with possibly your religious organizations, like your church or your synagogue. If they do not have any, you can also search in your community pages, such as, I remember when my kids were growing up, I belonged to a mom and me type support group where we met at parks. The kids were able to play and us moms were able to talk about other things besides did you go pee-pee on the potty, which was amazing, which is kind of what I'm looking for in our area. So I've decided that if I don't find it, I'm just going to have to start it myself. And maybe you're being called in your area, if you can't find one, to start a support group of your own to help others in your area. The third place to find support is online or worldwide, however you'd like to look at it. This is where we're going to give you some resources. Online, some of the best places to find support, believe it or not, is Facebook. Facebook is not just a place where people take pictures of their food and argue about politics. There are some amazing support groups on Facebook. Just go in the search bar and tag kinship, grandparents raising grandchildren, and you will find groups. And they have amazing support. You can ask questions and you can show pictures and brag about your grands also, because that is another way of supporting each other. Another one is Pinterest. Now I know you all think Pinterest is just a place to go and pin things you're never going to do. Or for me, pin things and attempt to do it and I nailed it. But Pinterest has a lot of resources. Again, putting in the search bar, grandparents raising grandchildren, it will take you to different places where it will take you to different links and you can check out all the information that's out there about grandparents raising grandchildren. Another resource that we found, which is only in our area here in Central Florida, is called the Children's Home Network. And the Children's Home Network is an amazing resource for anyone in this area. They have monthly support groups. At the support groups, they bring in guest speakers that talk about different things. We've learned a lot of terminologies for in court from an attorney. We had a nutritionist come in and talked about making healthy snacks. When we go to the support group, they have boxes of used clothes that have been donated that you can search through. I usually donate mine back when they grow back out of it for the next person. They've had pizza parties for the kids. They give us book bags at the beginning of the school year with school supplies for the kids. They have found a resource for us that gave scholarships to kids for sports. We used it for karate class and dance class. They even helped us by going out of the way and making sure that we were able to get a double stroller. We had a case manager, like you do with DCF or such, and she would come to the house and she met the kids and would talk to me, and she became a great resource for me to vent to and to help me problem solve. Another great resource that I didn't think about was AARP, and the reason I didn't think about it is because I'm not over 55, but my husband is.
Hey, wait a minute, that's not funny.
It is a little. I want more on the younger end of this grandparents raising grandchildren, but that's okay. Because looking on this site, I found that there is a list of all 50 states. You click on your state and it takes you to a link that will show you everything that's available to you in your state. Things such as the TANF payments, kinship payments, daycare, WIC, food stamps, Social Security, and others, because all states are different. There's nothing that covers federally or globally. Speaking of globally, something else I'd like to talk about is some other websites. For the United States, I found a website that was called us.gov. Again, this has got different resources and statistics about grandparents raising grandchildren. If you're in the UK, I found one that was called Grandparents Plus. For Canada, it's Can Grands. And then I found a couple that look like they will work for anyone. And they were called grandfamilies.org. And the other one was called Generations Unite. And it is at gu.org. Again, these are all wonderful resources that you can use online to find support. Not just places to vent, but support financially and for things that you need. Another resource is United Way. United Way does have online, but it also has something different. It has a phone number, 211. If you've not heard of 211, they have amazing services and they put you in contact with people that can help you. They do things like help you pay electric bills if you can afford it. They help connect you to local food banks, as well as around the holidays help with the Toys for Tots and setting up with getting Thanksgiving meals and things like that. United Way is a great resource. So if you need something, dial 211. You might be asking yourself why support is so important. Well, I'm going to tell you, support is so important. It helps you to have a higher well-being. It helps you to be healthier. It gives you better coping skills, as well as a healthier life and a longer life. Support helps you to decrease your stress. It helps to reduce your anxiety. Just venting alone to someone sets off endorphins that can make you feel better. Just being able to unload all of that. This is one of those times that you need to use your self-care and be sure to take care of yourself as well as others. A great way to do that is physically, to hug someone. Hugging is a great way to support someone or to receive support. A hug actually is a sense of therapy. Did you know that there are people out there that pay and get paid to hug? They're called professional huggers. That's how important it is for humans to have that physical touch. So make sure that you're hugging someone and someone's hugging you every day. You might be wondering when you need support. I personally believe we need support at all times. But when you need support, you will know it. Trust me. That's when you start screaming, Calgon, take me away. Now we're going to talk about your support system. A support system is a network of people who provide an individual with support for practical and emotional needs, in good times and bad times. Your support system consists of your family, your friends, your neighbors, clergy, church members, teachers, groups of like-minded people, and also your pets. Your pets can be emotional support animals. That is a very big craze right now, is having emotional support animals in restaurants and on airplanes. They have special websites that you can go to find emotional support, pet-friendly hotels and restaurants. I've been there because I talked my husband into getting me an emotional support dog. I'd like to introduce you to my emotional support dog. This is Ginger. She's just over a year old. She's a Shorkie. She has been to Fort Bragg. She's been to Myrtle Beach. She goes pretty much wherever I go, whenever I can take her. Technically, I didn't need Ginger, my emotional support dog, because I already had 3 other dogs. But I didn't tell my husband that. This might be a great way for you to get that dog that you've been wanting. And remember to check out your local humane societies, because those dogs need your support too. Now it's time for the Adventure Challenge. The Adventure Challenge is when we challenge you to take a photo with your grands and send it to us. Our email is located at the end of the video. This week's Adventure Challenge is going to be take a photo of your grands with an animal. Any kind of an animal. And don't forget, insects are animals too. Here's some photos of our grands doing the Adventure Challenge, hanging out with animals. Watch for the next episode of Adventures in Raising Grands, The Lowdown, where we will be talking about children's exposure to meth. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the channel. Somebody you know may need to see this. See you next time on The Lowdown. Don't forget to send in those photos.